will come and go, and maybe I'll grow old, but I will die. For now.
Male. Or girl. Male. Okay.
A male.
Yes, a female.
A female? Are you sure?
I don't know.
What makes you think that it's a female?
I don't know, the structures of the face, they're not as hard.
Is it worth it to be sad? It is harder to be glad to be alive. With the trouble I have caused, I wonder, where do I belong? Is it here?
Female. Boy.
I think it's a guy because it's got broad shoulders.
Female.
That's questionable. But,
Why? Why is it questionable, Swab?
well, because I know there's girls, well, I should say, there are men who still have boobs. But at first glance it looks like a woman.
No.
Do you have a guess?
No.
Transgender is like the match to get the transformation of either male to female or female to male. Transsexual is the way they feel they should. Like if they were female and they felt like they were a male.
Transsexual is basically like a girl or a guy wanting to become the opposite sex. Transgender meaning like they go completely with the whole process.
The transgender when they actually get the surgery done. It's the other way around. Damn it. I knew I should have thought longer.
You love so much. Let the passion of your heart make them real.
I would be their friend. I wouldn't.
I like them. But not like that. I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't care. Because they cool.
With anybody that I hang out with, I don't really think much of anybody. Like, until I know them. So, if, like, a guy that looks like a guy but is dressing, you know, as a girl and has makeup on and everything, I don't care. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I don't mind at all.
I don't think I've ever been around someone who's transgendered or transsexual. But I wouldn't care. I mean, they're just people stuck in the wrong body, you know.
I'm completely comfortable with them.
Tell all the ones you love anything and everything you feel. Laugh about the past, secretly wish we could go back.
Girl.
That was hard.
A female? What makes you think that?
Collarbones.
That is a boy.
It looks like a male, but female attribute.
I don't know, male.
Back and save the child.
What? See?
Well, honestly, like, if there was a world without gender, I actually think that people would be more accepting of a lot of different things, like, because people now are, like, completely self-absorbed and, like, stuck up, and, like, they don't accept anyone for who they are.
Right.
And I think, like, yeah, like, I think we would be better off.
I don't know, I think we have to have gender, like, to categorize what we are.
Right.
You know, like, transgendered obviously categorizes, like, another sex, you know, there has to be a categorization, you know.
Right. Do you have anything?
I mean, sure, you might feel like you don't want to be put into, like, a certain category, but that's just BS. Because it's like you're trying to be different. It's like people that try to, it's like a bunch of goth kids trying to be different, but in essence they're like the same, you know. But like I feel like there has to be some sort of, I won't say order, because that sounds like I'm nuts.
I think we would be better off and probably less drama. I don't know, probably a lot less scrutiny and derogatory comments towards each other, so a lot of stress would probably be taken away, as, like, for bullying, for instance. That would probably go away completely, because everybody's the same. Why would you really say anything about somebody else when you're the same thing?
Do you think there would be any problems if there was no gender and it was just however you want to be?
Well, yeah, there would be problems, like anything. Like there's good and bad, so problems would happen, but I don't think it would be as drastic as it is now.
I think a world where, like, no gender would be really cool. It would cause problems, you know. I think there would be less problems because a lot of people get ridiculed for being different or wanting to be different, you know.
I think it would be a better society overall, because there's always people who are like, oh, well, you're a girl, and when really they don't want to be identified as a girl, like if they're genderqueer, or like the other way around.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would be kind of better if society wasn't so focused on, like, gender or sex.
So if there wasn't gender, is that the question? I don't think we'd have problems. People wouldn't have to worry so much about how they act and how they should act. Well, should act. That's it.
I have two stories. I was in IHOP with my boyfriend, and he's a trans male, and the waitress, like, I perceived him as, he seemed like he had, like, a my gaydar was going off, that's what I'll say. So when we went to pick up the check and everything, our waiter kept on using ladies, like saying that me and my boyfriend were ladies, but obviously we're not. So my boyfriend got really mad, and that wasn't the only time, because people perceive him most of the time to be female, even though he's not. Or at least I don't perceive him as female, I perceive him as male, 'cause that's what he is.